Welcome dear student and Jai Swaminarayan. In this chapter, up till now, we have discussed the three different points. What is atom, what is molecules and what is ion. In the previous video, we were discussed about the atoms of the same element combines to form a molecules. Atoms of the different element combines to form a compounds, right? Compound of the molecules, right? So the fundamental unit of the any matter is the atom. Atom is the smallest particles of the matter, and the atoms of the same element combine to forms the compound, right? Similarly, the atoms of the different molecules also combines to form the compound, right? So the molecules of the element, right, if the atoms of the same element combine to form the molecules, we can say that for example, hydrogen atom and hydrogen atom combines and to form the hydrogen molecule. Similarly, oxygen atom and the oxygen atom combines to form the oxygen molecules, right? Same way, the atoms of the different element, two atoms of the hydrogen element and the one atom of the oxygen element combine to form the molecules of the water, right? So now how we can write the chemical formula of the water, right? What is the chemical formula of the different compounds, right? What do you mean by the chemical formula, and how we can write the chemical formula of the different compound, right? We will see in this video. So dear student, let us start with the first point, writing the chemical formula. So before writing the chemical formula, what do you mean by the chemical formula? A chemical formula of a compound is a symbolic representation of its component, right? The chemical formula of the compound is the symbolic representation of the composition, or we can say that the symbolic representation of the atoms of the same element, atoms of the different element, right? That the component of the compound, right? So atoms consist in the compound, we can represent in the form of the symbol, right? We were discussed in the previous video the symbol of the different atoms, right? So dear student, if you have not seen the previous video, see the previous video first for the different symbol of the atoms, and the symbolic representation of the compound, right, is a symbolic representation of its composition, which atom consists, the compound consists the which atom, that is called the chemical formula, right? So dear student, here the chemical formula of the compound is the symbolic representation of its composition atom, right? Or we can say that the same element, atoms of the same element or atoms of the different element combine to forms a compound, and the symbolic representation of this composition is called the chemical formula, right? The chemical formula of the different compounds can be written easily, right? So for that we use a symbol and the combining capacity of the elements, right? So dear student, in the previous video we were discussed about the symbol of the different elements, right? So you must have to remember this symbol of the different elements for writing a chemical formula, and also remember the combining capacity of the elements, right? That is called the valency of the element. So dear student, in the previous video we had discussed the both the points, the symbol of the different elements and the combining capacity, that means the valency of the different element. So dear student, up till now you have not seen the previous video, see the previous video so that you can easily understand how we can write the chemical formula of the different compounds. So dear student, let us revise the symbol of the different element and the combining capacity of the element, that is called the valency, right? So here the valency, that is nothing but the combining capacity of the element, right? For example, sodium, potassium, silver, copper has the combining capacity +1, right? Similarly, these all are a positive ion, that is called the cation, right? Here magnesium, calcium, zinc, iron, copper has a combining capacity +2 valency, +2, right? Cation. Aluminium ion has a combining capacity 3, right? Similarly, hydrogen has if the hydrogen has a combining capacity +1, we can get the hydrogen and hydride combining capacity of a -1, right? So chlorine, bromide, iodine has the combining capacity -1, oxide has a combining capacity -2. Similarly, carbonate, sulfide, sulfate has a combining capacity -2, right? So dear student, you have to remember this all the symbol of the different element and their combining capacity for writing a chemical formula. So now dear student, let us see how we can write the chemical formula of the different compounds. Rules for writing a chemical formula. So first rule is write the symbol and the formula of the elements or ions so that the symbol of the metal or a positive ion is on the left and the symbol or a formula of the non-metals or a negative ion is on the right. So first is that the write the symbol of the elements or ion present in the formula. The positive ion is right on the left side and the negative ion is right on the negative side. Negative ion is right on the right side, right? So write the symbol or formula of the elements or ion so that the symbol of the metals, or we can say that the symbol of the positive ion is on the right side, left side, and the symbol of non-metals or negative ion is on the right side. Second rules is that second step is that write the valency of the elements or ions below the elements or ions, right? So write their valency, that means the combining capacity of the ions, right? So first step is write the positive ion on the left side, write the negative ion on the right side, right? And then valency below the element or ion. So write the valency of each element, positive ion as well as the negative ion. Now cross over the valency of the combining ions, right? So combining capacity of the, here chlorine is a 1, cross over this of combining capacity of both the positive and negative ion. So polyatomic ion should be enclosed in a bracket before writing the formula. And most important point is that if the atoms or ion is a polyatomic, we must write in the bracket before writing the formula. So with the help of this 4 step, we can write the chemical formula of any compound. What is the first step? First step is the write the symbol or formula of element or ion. Write the symbol and of the ions, right? Such as the positive ion is on the left side and the negative ion is on the right side. Second step is write the combining capacity, that is called the valency of the element below the elements or ion. Third step is cross over the valency of the combining ions, right? And fourth step, you have to remember if the ions is a polyatomic, the polyatomic ions should be enclosed in the bracket before writing the formula, right? So dear student, with the help of this 4 step, we can write the chemical formula of the any compound. So let us see the some example how we can write the chemical formula of the different compound. For example, formula of the hydrogen chloride, right? So the here two elements are present in the compound of the hydrogen chloride, hydrogen and chloride, that means a Cl. So symbol of the hydrogen is a positive ion, cation, right? And symbol of the chloride is a negative ion. So write the symbol of the hydrogen on the left side and symbol of the chloride Cl is a right side, right? Now write the second step is write the valency of each ion. So valency of the hydrogen ion is 1 and valency of the chlorine ion is also 1. Now crossover. So here cross over the valency of the chlorine to the hydrogen and valency of the hydrogen to the chlorine. So combining the valency of the chlorine with the hydrogen, we get the H1 and Cl1. So we get the formula HCl because 1 is not need to write, right? So now dear student, let us take the another example. formula of hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen has a symbol H and sulfide has a symbol S. Now second step is write the valency of each element. So here the valency of the hydrogen is a 1 and valency of the sulfur is a 2, right? Now cross over the valency of each element. So here the valency of the sulfur is combined with the hydrogen, we get the H2, right? And the valency of the hydrogen is combined with the sulfide, we get the H. So the chemical formula of the hydrogen sulfide is a H2S, right? So valency of this sulfide S is combined with the hydrogen, we write in a subscript H2 into S, right? So valency, one valency we need not to write. Now next example is chemical formula of the magnesium chloride, right? So magnesium has a symbol Mg and chloride has a symbol Cl. Second step is write the valency of the magnesium is a 2 and the valency of the chloride is a 1, right? So now third step is cross over the valency and write the chemical formula. So here the valency of the chloride is combined with the magnesium. So we write the only Mg because the chlorine has a valency 1, we write the Mg only. But the valency of the magnesium Mg is a 2 is combined with the chlorine, we write the formula. The formula, chemical formula of the magnesium chloride is a MgCl2. So here 2 is the valency of the magnesium and the magnesium valency of the magnesium is combined with the chlorine Cl, right? Now third is the carbon tetrachloride. So what is the chemical formula of the carbon tetrachloride? Here the tetra, that means a 4, right? So carbon has the valency 4 and the chlorine has the valency 1, right? So now cross over the valency of the carbon and chlorine and write the chemical formula of the carbon tetrachloride. Tetra, that means a 4. So 4 carbon, valency of the carbon atom is a 4. So we write a 4 chlorine is combined with the carbon atom. So we write the chemical formula of the carbon tetrachloride is CCl4. Have so valency of the chlorine is combined with the carbon, we get the C, and valency of the carbon 4 is combined with the chlorine, we get the Cl4. So here we can say that the 4 chlorine atom is combined with the 1 carbon atom, we get the CCl4 carbon tetrachloride, right? Now we take a few more example to understand more about to write the chemical formula, right? Formula of the calcium oxide, right? So calcium has a symbol Ca and oxygen oxide, that means the oxygen has a symbol O, right? Now valency of the calcium is a 2 and the valency of the oxygen is also 2, right? So if you cross over the valency of each element, we get the Ca2 and CO2, right? But here the valency of the both the element are same, we can write only CaO. So calcium has a valency 2 and oxygen has a valency 2. Positive ion has a valency 2 and negative ion is also a valency 2. So it will cancel out the valency of each other. We write only a CaO, right? So if the valency of the positive ion and negative ion are same, right? We only write the chemical formula CaO, right? Understand, dear student? How we can write the chemical formula of the calcium oxide? So now next example, formula of the aluminium oxide. Aluminium has a symbol Al and oxide has a symbol O. Now valency of the aluminium is 3 and valency of the oxygen is 2. Now cross over the valency of the aluminium and oxygen, we get the Al2 and O3. So chemical formula of the aluminium oxide is the Al2O3, right? Similarly, next example is the formula of the sodium nitrate. Sodium has a symbol Na and nitrate has a symbol NO3. So here the sodium has a valency 1 and the nitrate NO3 also has a also valency 1. So combining the valency of positive ion and negative ion, we get the formula of the sodium nitrate NaNO3, right? Next example is the formula of the calcium hydroxide. So here remember this, and this example is important for the examination also, right? So calcium hydroxide. So calcium has a valency 2 and hydroxide has a OH has a valency 1, right? So how we cross over the valency of positive ion and the negative ion? So here the negative ion OH has a valency 1, combined with the positive ion Ca, we get a Ca. But here the valency of the calcium Ca is 2, combined with the OH. Here OH is a polynomial molecules, right? Polyatomic molecules. And here we use the rule number 4. For the polyatomic molecules, we write the valency in the bracket. So we get the chemical formula of the calcium hydroxide is CaOH in bracket and twice, right? So the chemical formula of the calcium hydroxide is CaOH twice. Understand, dear student? Now, next example is formula of the sodium carbonate. Sodium has a symbol Na and carbonate has a symbol CO3, right? Now, what is the valency of the sodium? Valency of the sodium is a 1 and valency of the carbonate is a 2. Now, cross over the valency of positive ion and the negative ion. We get the chemical formula of the sodium carbonate is Na2CO3. Next and last one is the formula of the ammonium sulfate. Ammonium is a positive ion NH4 and sulfate is a negative ion SO4. Now valency of the ammonium is a 1 and valency of the SO4 is a -2. Now cross over the valency of positive ion and the negative ion. We get the chemical formula of the ammonium sulfate NH4 twice, right? So valency of the sulfate 2 is combined with the NH4. We get the NH4 twice SO4. Valency of the ammonium is 1 combined with the sulfate SO4. So the chemical formula of the compound ammonium sulfate is a NH4 twice SO4. So dear student, I hope that you understand what is the chemical formula of compound and how we can write the chemical formula of the compound. Now we'll understand the next point is the molecular mass and the formula of the molecular mass. So what is the molecular mass? We know that the molecule is made up of the atoms and each atom has a specific mass. The mass of the atom is represented in the unit atomic mass unit. So that we were discussed in the lecture number 2. What is the atomic mass? What is the atomic mass of the different element? For example, atomic mass of the hydrogen is a 1, atomic mass of the nitrogen is a 14, atomic mass of the oxygen is a 16, right? So that we were discussed in the lecture number 2. So dear student, if you have not seen the previous lecture till, right, see the previous lecture first and then see this lecture so that you can easily understand. So now molecules is made up of the atoms and atoms has a specific mass. So we can calculate the molecular mass of the molecular is the sum of the mass of the all the atoms, right? So the molecular mass of the substance is the sum of the atomic mass of the all the atoms in the molecules of the substance, right? So understand, dear student, what is the molecular mass? The molecular mass, that is the mass of the molecules, and mass of the molecules is the sum of the mass of the all the atoms present in the substance, right? So we know that the atomic mass of the different atoms, mass of the hydrogen is a 1, mass of the oxygen is a 16, mass of the nitrogen is a 14, mass of the carbon is a 12, right? So this, from this atomic mass of the different atoms, we can easily calculate the molecular mass of the any substance. So what is the atomic mass, right? The mass of the atoms of the different element is a different. The mass of the atom is measured in the atomic mass unit, right? That we were discussed in a previous video. So here let us revise the mass of the different element. For example, Mass of the hydrogen is a 1 AMU. Mass of the carbon is a 12. Mass of the nitrogen is a 14. Mass of the oxygen 16. Mass of the sodium is a 23. Mass of the magnesium is a 24 atomic mass. Mass of the aluminium 27 atomic mass. Mass of the sulfur 32 atomic mass. Mass of the chlorine is 35.5 U, and mass of the calcium is a 14 AMU. So dear student, you must have to remember this atomic mass of the all the elements to calculate the molecular mass of the substance. So the molecular mass of the substance is nothing but the sum of the atomic mass of all the atoms in the molecule of the substance. Atomic mass is expressed in the atomic mass unit, so that the molecular mass is also expressed in the atomic mass unit. For example, if you want to calculate the molecular mass of the water, right? So water has a chemical formula H2O, right? So how we can calculate the molecular mass of the water? So first write the chemical formula of the water. The chemical formula of the water is a H2O. So here in the molecule of the water, two atoms of the hydrogen and the one atom of the oxygen is present. Now hydrogen, atomic mass of the hydrogen we know, one atomic mass U, right? And atomic mass of the oxygen is a 16 U, as we were discussed previously, right? So now the molecular mass of the H2O water molecule is 1 into 2 into atomic mass of the hydrogen plus atomic mass of the oxygen, right? So here two atoms of the hydrogen, and hydrogen has the atomic mass 1 AMU. So the 2 into atomic mass of the hydrogen plus 1 into atomic mass of the oxygen, we get 2 into 1, 2 plus 10. Sorry, atomic mass of the oxygen is a 16, right? So 2 plus 16, we get the molecular mass of the water is molecule is a 18 AMU. So understand, dear student, how we can calculate the molecular mass of the substance, molecular mass of the water H2O, right? Similarly, let us take the another example to understand more about to calculate the molecular mass. Molecular mass of the nitric acid. So first write the chemical formula of the nitric acid. The chemical formula of the nitric acid is a HNO3, right? So here in the nitric acid, one atom of the hydrogen, one atom of the nitrogen, and three atom of the oxygen are present, right? So first of all, the atomic mass of the hydrogen is a 1 atomic mass, 1 U. Atomic mass of the nitrogen is a 14, and atomic mass of the oxygen is a 16, right? So now the molecular mass of the nitric acid is equal to the molecular mass of the hydrogen plus molecular mass of the nitrogen, atomic mass of the hydrogen plus atomic mass of the nitrogen plus 3 into atomic mass of the oxygen, because here the 3 atom of the oxygen are present. So here the molecular mass of the hydrogen is a 1 plus molecular mass of the nitrogen is a 14 plus 3 into atomic mass of the oxygen is a 3, right? So 16 into 3 we get a 48. So 1 plus 48 plus 40, 1 plus 14 plus 48, we get a 63 U. So molecular mass of the HNO3 is 63 U. So similarly, you can calculate the molecular mass of the any of the substance, right? So try to find the molecular mass of the previous compounds which we had discussed earlier in this video, right? So dear student, you must have to try to find out the molecular mass of the all the compounds formed in the chemical formula. So here calculate the molecular mass of the HCl. So what is the molecular mass of the HCl? Molecular mass of the hydrogen chloride HCl is equal to molecular mass of the hydrogen plus atomic mass of the chlorine, right? So the molecular mass of the HCl is equal to atomic mass of the hydrogen plus atomic mass of the chlorine, right? So what is the atomic mass of the hydrogen? 1. and atomic mass of the chlorine is a 35.5. So if you add these two, we get the molecular mass of the HCl. So dear student, try to find the molecular mass of each and every compound. These all the 10 compound. Hydrogen chloride, hydrogen sulfide, magnesium chloride, carbon tetrachloride, right? Calcium oxide, here aluminum oxide, sodium nitrate, calcium hydroxide, sodium carbonate, ammonium sulfate. So you must have to calculate all the molecular mass of all the compound which we were discussed in the previous topic, right? You can try yourself. Now understand how we can calculate the molecular mass. Now we will go ahead for the next point is the mole concept, right? So the molecular mass is measured in terms of the moles. A mole of the substance is that amount of the substance which contains the same number of particles, that means same number of atoms, molecules or ions that are present in the 12 gram of the carbon atom, right? So a mole of the substance is the amount of the substance which contains the same number of the particles. Particles, that means a atom, molecule and ion that are present in the 12 gram of the carbon atom. So the number of particles, number of atom present in the 12 gram carbon is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, right? So the number of particles, or we can say the number of atoms, molecules or ion present in the 12 gram of the carbon 12 is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, and this number is called the Avogadro number, or we can say that the Avogadro constant. So what is the Avogadro number? Avogadro number is the number of particle present in a 12 gram carbon atom, right? So, and the mole of a substance is nothing but the amount of the substance which contains the number of atoms present in the 12 gram carbon, right? So the number of atoms present in the 12 gram carbon is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, and this number is called the Avogadro number. So a mole represents the two things. These two things: first, the mole represents a definite number of particles, atom, molecules or ion, and it is equal to the 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So if we take a 1 mole substance, right, the number of particles in the 1 mole substance is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, right? So the number of atoms present in the 1 mole substance is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. And third, second point is a mole represent a definite mass of the substance equal to the gram atomic mass of an element or a gram molecular mass of the compound. A mole represents the gram atomic mass of the element. So if we consider the compound of the element, the mole represents the gram atomic mass of the element, and if we consider the compound of the different element, right, it gives the gram molecular mass of the compound. So first of all, what do we mean by the gram atomic mass of the element and the gram molecular mass of the compound? So gram atomic mass of the element is the atomic mass expressed in a gram. The gram atomic mass of the oxygen. So what is the gram atomic mass of the oxygen? Oxygen atom has a mass 16, right? So here the 2 atom of the oxygen is present, right? So we take a gram atomic mass of the oxygen is a 16 into 2, 32 gram. So the mole represent the, in the 1 mole oxygen has a atomic mass of the 32 gram, right? So mole represent the definite mass of the substance in a gram atomic mass of the element or in a gram atomic molecular mass of the compound. So gram molecular mass of the compound is it's a molecular mass expressed in a gram. If you express the molecular mass in a gram, it is the gram molecular mass of the compound, right? So for example, if we consider the gram molecular mass of the water, right, H2O. So H2O is the two atoms of the hydrogen, that is the 2 into 1 plus 1 atom of the oxygen, that is the mass 16. So we get the 18 gram. So in a 1 mole water, right, the mass of the 1 mole water is a 18 gram. So the mole represent the two things. 1 mole substance has a number of particle equal to the Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, and second one, the mole represent the mass of the substance in a gram atomic mass of the element, in a gram molecular mass of the compound. So if we consider the oxygen, 1 mole oxygen, so 1 mole oxygen has a number of oxygen atom is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23, and the 1 mole oxygen has a mass 32 gram. So we can say that in a 32 gram of the oxygen, number of atoms present in a 32 gram oxygen is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Similarly, if we take a water, so in a 18 gram of the water, the number of molecules in a 18 gram water is a 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So from this concept, right, the mole represent the number of particles and mole represent the gram atomic mass or the gram molecular mass. We can get the relationship between the number of moles N, mass M, molecular mass capital M, number of atoms or a molecules is capital N, and Avogadro number N0, right? So here the mass of the substance is a M and molecular mass of the substance is capital M. So we can find the number of moles of the substance N is equal to mass of the substance divided by the molecular mass of the substance. So number of moles N is equal to M divided by M, where M, small m is the mass of the substance and capital M is the molecular mass of the substance. If we dividing the mass of the substance to the molecular mass, we get the number of mole of the substance, right? Second, number of moles we can also calculate by a n divided by n0. So what is the n? N is the number of atoms or a number of molecules, and n0 is the Avogadro number. So if the number of atoms or the molecules present in the substance is divided by a Avogadro number, right, we get the mole of the substance. So mole of the substance, how we can calculate the mole of the substance? The mole of the substance we can calculate by a two way. First way, number of particles or number of atoms present or a molecules in the substance divided by Avogadro number, and second, from the mass of the substance divided by molecular mass. So first formula is number of moles is equal to the mass of the substance divided by the molecular mass, and second formula of the mole is the number of mole is equal to number of atoms or molecules divided by the Avogadro number. So from these two formula we can easily calculate the mass of the substance. Mass of the substance is equal to mole into number of atoms or molecules, or molecular mass is equal to the mass of the substance divided by mole, right? So this formula is important for the example to calculate the mole of the substance, mass of the substance, number of atoms present in the substance, all the things we will discuss in the next video, right? So remember this formula of the mole concept. How we can find the mole? How we can find the mole? The mole is equal to the mass of the substance divided by the molecular mass, and mole is equal to the number of atoms or molecules divided by the Avogadro number. So this formula is very helpful to calculate the mole of the substance, to calculate the number of atoms in the substance, right, to calculate the molecular mass of the substance. So in the example that we will discuss in the next video. So dear student, keep watching my video for calculating how we can calculate the mole, how we can calculate the molecular mass from the mole, that all the things we will discuss in the next video. Thank you very much for watching my video.